Hello, Miss. I hope you're doing great. Today I'm going to talk about some things about myself. I do it a little informal because it's a video and I want to show you like some pictures of what I'm going to say to be more interactive. And I also think it's a good opportunity to improve my speaking. However, my reading report will be more formal. Well, I'm going to start with the first question that is, what's my full name? My full name is Fabiana Isabel Lafuente Jauregui. My mom and my sister choose my name. I asked them if my names had a special meaning, and they say no, not really. They just like the names. The only thing is that Isabel was inspired by the Queen Isabel. In which city was I born? I was born in Oruro, Bolivia, and honestly, even though it's a small city, I am really happy I was born here. Um, what's my favorite hobby? Well, I have many hobbies, but they all have something in common that is art. I don't know why, because I am too shy to making things for art. But for example, one of them is making jewelry like earrings, necklace, and keychains. Because I like having like unique and personalized things. Another hobby I learned last year is makeup. I love doing makeup because you can be very creative with it. I also like drawing and painting, also making um, handcrafts. In fact, some of the parts of this tattoo on my shoulder were designed by me. It's like an inspiration of a draw that I made it. And well, I also like singing, but like I said, I am shy. I I'm shy like about singing loudly. And well, something I used to do a lot on in school was reading poems and phrases because it was a way to express things that I couldn't tell people. And that's why I even have ideas for books. And well, that's why I also enjoy reading books. I also try to learn cooking desserts like cookies, lemon pie, tiramisu, crepes. I also like doing desserts. But what I truly love is dancing. Although we'll talk more about that later because there is a question for that. What's my favorite color? My favorite color, as you can see, is black. Even though some people say it's not really a color, I don't care. I love it. But honestly, I like colors if they are dark shades. I mean, I like all the colors, but in dark shades, like purple, crimson red, emerald green, or teal. I think that's because it's more my style. How many siblings do I have? I only have one older sister. Her name is Diana, and she's 10 years older than me. So she's 28 years old, almost turning 29. Even with this big different age, we get along really, really well. She lives in La Paz, but whenever she can, she comes here or I come to La Paz. Also, we call each other and text a lot. We have a very good relationship, and well, I love my sister, and I think she loves me too. What's my favorite food? Honestly, I have a little problem with that because when I really love a food and I eat it often, I start getting tired of it. For example, I used to love lasagna, but right now my favorite food is majadito or Alfredo pasta with bitter wine. Unfortunately, I can drink wine right now because I'm taking off medication. But that's my favorite food. What's my zodiac sign? My zodiac sign is an earth sign. I was born on January 17. That means I'm a Capricorn. I really like my sign because it describes me so well in some ways, especially when they say about ambition and determination when I want something because of that I can become very perfectionist and and sometimes I get stressed. But I really like being Capricorn. I don't care. What's my shoe size? It's funny because sometimes my shoe size can even be considered by a kid size. It's 5.5 or 6, depending on the shoe. I don't know why my feet are so small because my mom my mom's shoe size is 7 or 8, 7.5, sometimes 8. I don't know why my feet are so small, really. What's my biggest fear? I don't know if I would call it like a fear, but I hate hospitals. Um, Recently, I had an accident and I had to stay in the hospital like for 4 days. And some days before that, I had blood tests done and I had getting blood taken because I always end up with ugly bruises. I know I have tattoos, but it is really different. Um, and well, being in the hospital made me feel so desperate to leave. It feels horrible because you never know when you're going to leave or even if you will leave. And especially when the doctors don't know what you have. So it's very stressful being there. Also because, well, I don't like being surrounded by sick people or being treated like a sick person, even if I actually am. What's my favorite sport? Like I mentioned before, dancing is my favorite sport. I practice, I practice it since I was 8 years old at Ballet Lucero Jaksic, And the first years were very beautiful. I learned a lot, participate in national, international competitions, performance, and had many nice moments with my teammates. I also participate like in cheerleader um, at the school, also dance at the school. Um, I also practice pole dance, and it required a lot of strange arm. Uh, but I will definitely do it again because it's really beautiful. This year I also danced in the carnival in the Morenada Central, fundada por la comunidad Cocanis, as a figura, and it was a very beautiful experience. But I was so tired. That's why I didn't dance the second day because I was so tired and I just want to sleep. um, well, that's why I'm also going to dance in the mini carnival. Well, uh, I love all dancing styles, but my favorite ones are lyrical, contemporary, and ballet, because they allow you to express feelings that you can say with words. Dancing is a passion for me, but the bad part of that is that sometimes you feel like you're not the best. So you stress yourself trying to be perfect. There can even be fights between dancers because they want the main role, or there is preference for for another girls. And also there's a pressure to have a certain type of body. So the movements look more elegant. So if you focus too much on those things, dance can become a love-hate relationship. But if you don't care about that, you can still love dancing. I still love it. But because of health issues, I had to stop dancing and going to the gym for a while. What's my middle name? Like I said before, it's Isabel, inspired by Queen Isabel. But people usually don't call me by that name, only a few though. Um, because I don't know, they just call me by my first name, Fabiana or Fabi, Fa, or even for my nickname, Banana. Only one friend calls me like that, but it's my nickname. It's my nickname. uh, what's my favorite movie genre? I like many kind of movie, but lately I really enjoy musicals. Um, a lot of people complain because they sing every 5 minutes, but I always like that's literally the point, that they sing every 5 minutes. It's a musical. And I love them exactly for that reason. It has very good songs. Well, but in general, what I like in movies, books, or theater is dark romance or tragic romance. with mystery or stories with unnatural romance. For example, I like The Phantom of the Opera, Moulin Rouge, and Romeo and Juliet. That are some of my favorite movies. What's the trip of my dreams? I would love travel to London because there is a Harry Potter studio set that I would really like to visit. Also, I will like go when my favorite band has a concert there. But honestly, I think any trip can be perfect no matter the destination because what really matters is why you do it and simply enjoy it, the moment, even if you're alone. For example, my uncle traveled around many countries and he was alone, but he really enjoyed. He learned a lot of things. So it's what really matters for me. What's my favorite music genre? I love music. I love all kind of music, so it's hard to choose only one favorite genre. It depends on how I feel or what mood I am in. But I think my favorite genre is rock, especially like alternative music. But I also love opera. Um, I also enjoy folkloric music, even Hindu music. I honestly love listening to everything. What's my favorite subject? Well, this is the last question. So, if we talk about school, my favorite subject was music, especially during my last 2 years of school. This happened. This happened because my teacher didn't like that I sang quietly, and I was too shy. That's why I had terrible grades in music. I mean, I think it's a strange, like having bad grades on on the subject of music because it's music. I mean, it's just singing, but um, I didn't like to sing loud. That's why one day he invited to me and my friend to join this school uh, this school choir. And well, the rehearsals was at the UTO because he said it would help us improve our grades. But in the end, I learned a lot and enjoyed so much that I started getting perfect grades. I mean, it was with my friend. We were um, her. We were his favorite students. And even now, I still practice and try to follow the advices he gave me. So I really enjoyed uh, doing that. And well, also there was like extra materials, and I participate in theater. at the school, and it was also really, really, really beautiful and funny. I don't know why I like these things because I'm shy. So the bad thing about me was that the teachers um, used to tell me that I had to um, speak more loudly because I was too shy. But I also enjoy it. I I did it um, the first years of of these extra materials appear. I do it the first years, and I made a Greece, Mago de Oz, and Flor de Otoño, and another uh, theater. Uh, I don't remember the others, but I do it. And in this Flor de Otoño, I was the main character. It was like about a girl that joined drugs for a guy. But well, now speaking about university, my favorite subject has been accounting because we also learn the basics in school, and I really like it, like how everything works. And I also like English. I think it's a very important subject because honestly, it gives you more opportunities. And that's something I regret because before I studied the Smart Step, but because of the pandemic, I stopped it and I couldn't finish everything, and I didn't have my certificate. I still have a good base, but maybe I could have gone to United States for an important conference because I also have an Anglia certificate and a thesis project in English with brand 3. Um, and well, uh, other of my classmates in school, they went to United States because they finished the like all of the things in Smart Step, and well, I regret about that because even also my sister um, traveled for that. So yes, it gives you a lot of opportunities, and I really hope I can have another opportunities like that in the future and not waste it. And well, those are some things that I can talk about myself, and I hope my pronunciation was well. Um, yeah, that's all.